Hey guys, TC Robson here, and welcome back to the Leviathan, the last day of the decade. And now, when we were left off, Oliver here was trying to find the key to the bedroom upstairs so that he could visit his father, and he has this wonderful old lady floating demon head that he summoned as well. But, you know, go back to the first episode, that's the only place that explains it, and that really doesn't explain it, so it's kind of a weird world that we're living in here, but it's very, very fascinating. So, let's go and explore. Cracked old cabinet. The glass doors quietly ring when I touch them with my hand. We have a lot of furniture. Should we look in the boar's head? Or the pig's head, rather. It's laying on the silver platter. Okay, same stuff. Said they hid it in the kitchen, but I'm gonna check the clock. I'm wondering if it's in the clock. Click it. Yay! It's key to my parents' bedroom. The Bertrand family monogram is stamped on the key's bow. Okey McSmokey. So, let's head on up and bug Dad. Yeah, your mama still likes to play secrets, my lord. So, as we have a key with us, open the door, Oliver. Quickly, my sweetie. Edna's right. I have to hurry. Mother says that my father's very tired, but I want to see him so much. I hope he won't be mad. Dad? You asleep? Room is empty. Cold, doesn't look like father's here. Dad? What are you doing here? Mom, but why didn't you ever listen? Didn't I tell you not to bother your father? Just wanted to see him, but he's not here. Didn't you say he was asleep? He probably went somewhere. Maybe he couldn't sleep and he just stop it, Oliver. Go finish your homework right now. His mother takes his hand and leads him out. Let me in, let go of me. Mother, let go. Mother, how did father have time to leave? Did he, walk right past us? Why is the bed made up? Where are his things? He couldn't have traveled light. Study, Oliver. It's like she can't even hear me. Why doesn't she talk about father? Don't stop, honey. Let's go. What did you have today? Reading? Then sit down and read and be a good boy. I've had enough today already with your teacher calling and all. And if you're going to misbehave in school, then at least learn something. Mom leaves. Mom says that Professor Kroistham is a great teacher. I think that he's a crazy old man. Only wackos would make him read such huge books. Will make me read such huge books. So, I'm supposed to be reading. I'm going out the window. Grandfather's old garden. Nope, can't go out the window. Damn it. Okay, books. Read the reading of the books. Okay. So, this is a dusty old book, half-erased titles printed on the cover. The most important events in the history and geography of the land of Leviathan. Grandfather said that many generations of Bertrands have studied this book. He also said that every pure-blood family should have a history book like this one. Only nobles are taught in my family, so everyone in my class has a book like this on their desk. Professor Kroistham makes us read passages from it. The first pages are a long list of its chapters. What should I read? Let's go to the decade, because I don't know what the decade is yet. It's something that apparently kills a lot of people. Okay, every man on Leviathan walks in the shadow of the decade, and every living creature should have knowledge of it. Here you will find all that you should know. The decade is a great plague that covers the greater part of the continent, leaving only the borderlands unaffected. The plague occurs at irregular intervals. Sometimes only a few years pass from one decade to the next. At other times, 2 centuries may go by. The decade itself always lasts exactly 10 years. One can predict precisely when it will end with an accuracy of up to a week. Decades present no threat to pure-blood aristocrats. Their noble heritage protects them. Mudblood bastards and commoners become sick and die, however. The number of deaths is particularly high in the capital. That is not surprising. Kroistham has always been at the heart of the epidemic. When the decade begins, the heavens darken and twist into an immense funnel, and a thick blue fog spreads from the base of the tower. The fog is the plague, the disease. Any mudblood who is caught in it will inevitably be affected, or afflicted. The afflicted can likewise infect others. The infected experience great thirst, chills, a fever, and a throat so dry that every time they cough, they start to bleed. Flies reproduce in open, festering wounds that produce vile odors. Dark, painful sores appear on the bodies of the infected. The disease rapidly progresses. Often the afflicted die within a week, while others carry on for 3. Out of 20 afflicted, 17 perish. Whew. There is no cure for the disease, although charlatans make assurances. The suffering of the afflicted can only be eased by giving him plenty of fluids. Okay. I wonder what the Temple of Every God is. 18 pages, really? Okay. Temple has long been veiled in the swamps of the north. It is a sacred holy place, as is the Leviathan itself. Legends say there's an underground volcano, crater, otherworldly energy, stream of light. Okay. Hundreds made a pilgrimage to that place to feel its power. Soon became clear the source of great power was infinite. Light from the depths of the earth gave men energy, power, and life, a long life to anyone who touched it. Is it possible maybe chronic diseases healed? Is it possible that maybe the cure? Smell the smoke. Just to be close to the source. Power poured from the heart dried up. Began to leave. Land once teeming with life. Cherish the land most remained. They call themselves the Coens. Soon the Coens established a council. They decided to restore the former power to the crater at any cost. Dug into the crater, fire shone once more, only 100 times more powerful. Those who suffered reached out to the volcano, but now everything was different. The Coens told them what they needed to do. So the flow of energy, would not stop, and the pilgrims grabbed their picks and shovels. Crater began to grow. The scrolls did not record the name of the Coen who offered to turn the mouth. Who offered to turn the mouth of the volcano into a temple of every god of Leviathan, and there were a great many in that age. He said, any blind believer trusting will take his idol and bring it. The source will give of its power, and you will give the source the power of your hands. Tribes and free cities, all people small and great. After those words were uttered, their populations moved to the Coen's realm with tripled force. Millions of hands raised a temple greater than any in the universe in the mouth of the dead volcano. A ring of underground galleries were dug around that blazing source. Each idol had its own chamber. Night and day, its followers worked in the temple shaft, serving their god not with word but by deed. Alright, so let's close that book. Okay, so I'm wondering if the temple, that volcano, may become part of the solution to the decade, if that is in fact what ends up being the primary objective of this game. Already dark? How long have I been sitting and reading this damn book? My lord, can you hear that? Hear what, Edna? What is it? Shh, don't speak loudly, my wonderful lord. He's already here in your parents' room. A bad man, I can smell him. The air is saturated with his scent. Can't you smell it, my master? No, Edna. Strange. Such a strong demon, and... Are you sure you can't smell it? The door creaks. Whoa! Mom? What happened? Do I still have the key? Whoa! Mom? But, Mom? The shadow. There are two of them, but I just saw... Is that you, Oliver, my boy? Don't be afraid. Please, I beg you not to cry. I'm sorry. Incredibly sorry that you had to see this. You're trembling. Calm down. There's no need to. Oliver, listen to me. I know that it was a monstrous thing for me to do, but there is no way to undo what has been done. May what you just saw tonight be nothing more to you than a bad dream that will vanish with the first rays of the rising sun. Yet, you will say to yourself, I understand everything. That was the last nightmare I'll ever have. I needed it in order to wake up, and if I had not woken up, my life would still be a dream. Go to your room, my boy. Tomorrow will be a new morning. The first morning of your new life. You! Edna, where are you? Yes, master? Edna killed him faster. Edna, of course, master. And this is how my story began. My mother was murdered on the first day of the decade, a 10-year epidemic that plunges our country into a series of endless deaths and funerals. The killer was never found. Inquirers from the Bureau never found any evidence, and in all likelihood never really tried. No one cared. No one heard the tears of a young boy who made claims about a killer in a shadow. I ended up in an orphanage where soon a new father adopted me. His name, Christian Orvud, the man who murdered my mother. Wow, small world. When we met, I pretended not to recognize him. I may have been a child, but I understood that this was my chance to get near him and exact my revenge. Who knew that it would take so much time? I didn't want to kill him, rather, Christian deserved to rot in prison for all eternity. All I needed was evidence. I just needed some evidence. But I found none. So 10 years have passed. In depths of despair, I almost gave up, but one day I got a call from my best friend. He was excited and said that I needed to meet him right away. He was talking, almost yelling into the phone about a clue he had just found. Something about a ring. Wow, that's Kale! Oh, that's Kale! Damn! Wow. You've matured well. That was fast, buddy. Ran as fast as I could, Kale. You know how important it is. 10 damn years, no progress has been made in the investigation. My guardian is free and no one cares about my mother's death except me. And suddenly you call and say you have, for the first time in years, a clue. Faster, Kale. What did you find? Show me quickly. Shh. Don't flip your lid, buddy. Today I helped my father in the bureau. He gave me access to the old documents and I found your mother's ring. While I was waiting, I looked at it closer. I'll tell you this. This thing will tell us more than you think, than when you first look at it. Here, buddy, look. This is so pretty. Where have I seen a tree with gold coins? It's the Orvud's coat of arms. Kale, it's the coat of arms of my guardian. You noticed it too? So that begs the question, where did your mother get a ring with the Orvud's coat of arms? About the gem. It's a piece of polished amber with sharp, smooth edges. I've never seen a piece of amber cut this way. Was amber your mother's favorite gemstone? Looks like it. VF. That's some jeweler's seal, Kale. Do you think he knows something? It's so familiar. I've seen it hundreds of times, but where? You look a bit disappointed. You probably expected there to be more evidence. Damn it, you're right. The ring itself doesn't prove that your guardian killed your mother. Kale, all I do is upset you. I'm sorry. Kale, no. Your mind is a miracle. The ring isn't proof, but it'll lead us to more clues. And you gave me this lead. Kale, you've helped me out a lot. Thank you so much. Ah, blush. Look at those cheekbones. You could cut glass with those things. Whew. It's impressive. Now, this is your ring. And take the document. It's a document from the Bureau. It says the ring was taken from Sherry Bertrand. Thanks again. And your father? He didn't say anything about you taking the ring, did he? Father doesn't know. I stole the ring and ran. My father's probably searching for me now. I had promised him that I'd sort some documents by this evening. Inspector Kale, what's next? Helping your dad? I owe you. I would say I owe you. I owe you, Kale. I could never pay you for what you've done. I don't need anything, Oliver. Thank you. I thought you had some questions for me? Helping your dad. I didn't think that you would ever help your father again with work. He hardly drinks anymore, Oliver, and beats me less and less. He's getting old. Understand? Someone has to care for him. Someone has to help. Got it. It's unfortunate that I agreed to help today. On the other hand, you have your mother's ring now. I know it doesn't prove anything, but... Pardon me. What next? What do we do next? You're right, the ring isn't evidence yet. It has the seal of a goldsmith. You need to find him and ask more about this ring. And buddy, don't forget about your studies. You said that your guardian hates it when you skip. I don't need you wiping my nose, Kale. I don't need a second Orvood in my life. Okay, I'm going to class. Remember, after class you have to go search for the jeweler who made the ring. Good luck! I can't believe I have this ring. 10 years have passed in vain, but now, all that waiting was worth it. So, 10 years passed in vain. So this is towards the end or at the end of the decade, that plague. So either we're reaching the end of it. I mean, it looks like, just telling from the lightning and stuff, that it's still going on, but it should be pretty close to being done. So, gargoyle. It's an ugly gargoyle is what it is. Notices on the side of the statue is a crack and something is flickering inside. It's like a piece of rock was put on later. Is there a hiding place in the statue? Snaps off stone. You know I'm gonna look at that. Pushes the whole body on the side of the statue, trying to break off a piece of the stone. Can't. Looks like a piece of rock was put on later. Do it again. Ah, you're not gonna allow me to get to it, are you? Alright. You suck. I'll come back later for reasons. Hello. Ah! What do you want? Oliver on the roof again? Yeah. Taciturn as always, and what did you do? Just don't tell me that you admired the tower. I won't believe it. Well, I met an old friend. A friend? Maybe a girlfriend? Okay. I won't bother you about it. I'm glad to see you, Dorina. Guess you were pale and sad. I thought you wouldn't come today. What happened? No, nothing. I'm fine, Oliver. Don't you worry about me. Dorina... The fact of the matter is that something happened, something that no one should hear. Look here. Miss Lautner herself is crying into an orphan's jacket. Tragic. Go on, Darrenay? Go on, Darrenay. I'll write it down. You don't often hear these sentimental stories. Mitchell, shut up! I don't have a story, and don't call me Darrenay. Darrenay. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with Darrenay because I don't know. Call me Darrenay. That pisses me off. No stories? Why were you wiping your eyes on him? Why shouldn't other people hear? I'm not just some other person. We're both nobles. We're in the same class and drink from the same cup of tea. Get the hell out of here. I didn't ask for you. There's the exit. Darrenay, quiet. Is yelling what your family does? Your Uncle Alvis yelled like that when the Plague King gutted him. What a picture that must have been. Alvis Lautner is dead, so that's why Dorina is so sad. Mitchell, you're a heartless bastard. Anyone on the 5 from the upper chamber of the council could have been sent. Uncle just had no luck with the draw. Let me say this, dear Renee. The Lautners aren't lucky anymore. There's no fool in the city that would put your rotten little family in the council now. Who would have chosen your uncle in the first place? Free advice, Darrenay. Talk to Daddy. Go throw yourself at his legs and all that. If he still wants his flabby ass to stay in the lower chamber, then he needs to vote for the Raiders. If not, you'll look around and see that the rest of the Lautners have been led out of the council like Alvis, and then old insults will be remembered, and your smart-ass papa and all your family will hang in the trees like ripe plums. A great future. Huh, Darrenay. Feel the rope tightening? Shut up! Tightening. I knew it. I knew. Put your tail between your legs like a puppy. got drenched in Grilla's tears and snot yet? You softy. Sissy. Your ancestors shouldn't have chased demons around. They should have scrubbed floors and bars and brothels work worthy of a Bertrand. Oh shit. Now let's keep quiet on this one. I think going with Edna is the right one. What's the matter, Bertrand? Cat got your tongue. Open your mouth and say yes, and get the hell away, you miserable. What's your beef with him? He was raised to know better than to speak like that. Oliver, don't pay attention to him. If you want to go to class, I'll catch up. Yeah, get out, coward. Good, so just get the hell away. Mitchell is such a jerk. Don't listen to him, okay? You know he needs only one thing, to ruin someone's mood, and he succeeded. Although I feel bad regardless. It hurts, Oliver, to watch your family falling apart. Let me hug her. Oliver gives Davina a friendly hug. Davina kisses Oliver on the cheek. I don't get enough hugs like that, or support. You know, everyone at home right now is crazy, including me. It's hard for Father too, even though he's a man. He knows how to control himself, and I am weak. I'm falling apart. He sees it and tries to spoil me like when I was little. He's a funny old man. He was really funny and very kind. Doreen's father, William Lautner, is a rather nasty old man. His schemes in the council and huge bribes to the right people help the Lautners stay in power. But to Dorina, he's just her loving father, and I'd better keep my dislike for him to myself. Hey Oliver, are you listening? I wanted to show you Father's gift. Look what he bought yesterday. Take a look. Whoa. Look at that pretty gem. On the bottom of the embellishments, there's a seal with the initials of the Master Jeweler, VF. Wait, VF. Good. Ferd, you look so strange when you were examining the brooch. What happened? I'd like to know who made the brooch. Don't ask why. It's important. Important? Okay, I'll tell you what I know. Jeweler's an old acquaintance of Father. My father has been friends with him since childhood. They say that he's been making jewelry for over 30 years. Just think. But you don't know his name? Do you think you can tell me how I can find him? Sorry, I can't, and I won't ask Father. He's not up to it right now. Starting to hope that I'd be able to find out about the jeweler with Dorina's help. That would have been too easy. Hey, did you see? Professor Kroistham just went into class and he looks freaking mad. Come on, let's go to class. It's about to start. Head on into class. Dear students, please hurry and sit down. Class has begun. Is everyone present? It looks like it. Quickly, people. Mitchell, stop chewing gum. Aren't you ashamed to do that in class? Stop grinning. Sit down. Sit down. Looks like Kroistham is in a bad mood today. Look at him. He's about to explode with anger, or maybe from an inflated ego. I know that it's not good to talk about professors like that, but Kroistham just seems so pathetic. Let us begin. I'm gonna listen to Kroistham. Something tells me. Oliver understands the lecture is more important than senseless chatter and decides to listen to the professor. For centuries, no one could conquer the land, but one day on the western shore it happened. A ball of fire fell from the heaven. The earth shook as it burned in an explosion. A wave of scorching air traveled for many miles, killing anything that moved. And as millions of people died, their strife and hostility perished with them as well. The west was free, but only the most daring and desperate lords ventured out with their armies to the place which they later called the Scorched Lands. Immediately after the unification, the lords sent an expedition to the western coast. Soon after, they found the Scorched Valley, a place where the light of heaven descended. At the valley's center, a tower made of black metal loomed the countryside. Near it, a strange creature roamed. Ground beneath his feet was poison, infested with worms, and a putrid stench filled the air. The lords assembled a military council. They decided to kill the creature. At dawn, the archers aimed and started to shoot. A cloud of arrows covered the sky, yet the strange creature kept roaming in the field as if he were immune. Soon the archers who shot at him began to die. They started to rot and burn. They started to panic. The army scattered in all directions, but it was too late. Death had cut them down. None of the archers left the field alive. The nobles watched as their armies perished. After taking counsel, the elders took a cup, filled it with their own blood. They brought the cup to the creature roaming in the field and fell on their knees before him. After drinking the elder's blood, the creature departed into the tower. His name, the name that inspires awe and terrifies the living, was invented many years later. His name is the Plague King. The city of Kroistham was built around the tower and is the capital city. It stretches for 30 miles along the western shore and... Mr. Craze, sorry, Mr. Bertrand, do you wish to speak? Not really. I would just like to leave class early. If that's so, is it possible you've forgotten our agreement? I'll ask you a question. You are required to answer it. Ready, Mr. Craze? Well, in that case, here's my question. If you listen to my lecture on the Plague King, you know why the nobles went on their first expedition. Well, I went through it pretty quickly, but... The meteorite. They went to look for a meteorite that fell to Earth. They accidentally discovered the Plague King. Yes, that is absolutely correct, Mr. Bertrand. Apparently my lectures have had some effect on you. I'm happy to dismiss you until tomorrow. Yes! Score! I had me wondering. See ya! Oliver. What? Huh? What is this? Hallucination? Oliver Bertrand, son of Roger Bertrand, descendant of the mighty nameless ancestor of all the Bertrands, we must talk. A voice that sounds like it's coming from all directions. It's like it's everywhere and nowhere. To talk, show yourself. As you wish. Oliver feels like his body is literally dissolving. Some power seizes him and carries him to the huge window of the classroom. Whee! The light hitting his eyes becomes unbearably bright. Hello, tree. Are you talking to me, tree? You have grown up just as fate has foretold. You Bertrands are all alike. The hunter spirit awakens in you like clockwork. It is strong, like steel, but miraculously you are able to maintain your free will. Where are you? Who's talking? I am in front of you. I am the tree, and from now on you will always call me the tree. Okay? You are the tree. Do you have any questions to ask of me? Yeah, how does a tree talk? Where's your mouth? What's that mean? What's that mean? What's really happening here? I'm the Bertrand tree. Oh, hey, we got our own tree. That's awesome. I have helped your family for hundreds of years to be pure, keeping them free from demonic corruption. Okay, what corruption? It's your family's job to fight the barons and villains, and you and all Bertrands should walk along your predetermined path of destiny. However, you cannot fight filth and remain clean. Everyone becomes tainted. Can you be more specific, tree? I don't understand. You are a Bertrand, demon hunter by birth. You must stay as pure as possible. Aww. So he's a Winchester. Only 5 steps separate you from falling into the abyss of appearance. 5 evil acts. I'm sorry to say that you have strong ties to the world of appearance. You need special supervision, young Bertrand. I'll warn you every time you make a mistake, and be forewarned if you make a 5th mistake. If I make a 5th mistake? Well, I've already made one, because I had that bully killed, so that's awesome. I wish I had known. You will become one of only 3 Bertrands who turn to aberrancy, and I will kill you. Oh, wonderful. Thwap me with your limbs of treeness. Hey now, hold on, tree. Aren't you afraid that I'll kill you first? Like, just not water you or something? You cannot kill me. It's unlikely that you'll need to kill me anyway. If you try, it will just increase your aberration level, nothing more. Aberration level? What is my aberration level now? Aberration level is 1. You're almost spotless, but 1 step has been taken. Yep, fully aware. I'm not comfortable here, tree. If this is a world of dreams, then I can wake up at any time, right? Yes, you can wake up whenever you wish, Oliver Bertrand, son of Roger Bertrand. Do you have to always append that every time? I think we get it. Then I want to wake up. As you wish. We part, but not for long. From now on, you will see each other every time you fall asleep. Guard your mind, Oliver. Guard yourself. Oh, I fell asleep. Ha! Ah, thanks, Leviathan. You're awake. Wake? Teacher, what happened? I don't know, Mr. Bertrand. You walked to the door and fell. Like you lost consciousness. Was I unconscious a long time? Quite a long time, Mr. Bertrand. It's 1:15, no less. As you see, I let the other students go. I don't like it when there are so many curious students watching. Mr. Bertrand, are you sure you can get home by yourself? Maybe I should call your guardian and get a carriage? Don't worry, Professor, I'm fine. Just talking to trees, that's all. I'm good. Well then, until tomorrow, Mr. Bertrand, don't forget to prepare for the test. Alright. So, head on out here. Ah! before we deal with Edna again, I'm gonna end this episode here. It's kind of nice now to have some sort of guide in the choices, not because it's kind of weird. I like the construct of it because it does guide you to the choices that are probably best for the best ending. But I also kind of don't like that construct just for the simple fact of is it doesn't. It's almost kind of trying to force a linearity to it, but you could just as easily choose the other choice and just be a complete asshole about it and you know, try to go and confront the tree and commit great, wonderful, evil acts too. So, not really sure, you know, how that's gonna go. Probably it's gonna end up being one of those things where I'm gonna have a mixture of both. That's typically how I end up doing it with games like Fable. It always ends up being a little bit of a mixture of both, where I don't quite be completely pure, but I'm also not completely innocent, or how is it yeah, I'm not usually completely innocent, but I'm not completely evil either. So I'm really curious to see how this goes, and I'm not quite sure which trajectory I'm gonna take yet. I usually take a pretty good trajectory in games like this, but I'm almost kind of tempted not to, just to see what happens. So, until next time, I'm TC Robson. Stay obsessed.